let's talk about the Acolyte episode 6, where not much happens in light of the decimating deaths of all the Jedi in episode 5. Alan, give us the quick synopsis.
Synopsis.
When I said I was tired, I'm tired. So apologies, folks. Don't feel sorry for me. Don't feel sorry. I'm just talking on YouTube. Alan, give us the quick synopsis.
All right. Well, after the aftermath of the Jedi massacre from one Smilo Ren, Osha finds herself in a strange cave. And she doesn't know where she is. She sees the clothes of a Jedi, maybe a Jedi master, laying next to her. She follows him, and there's Smilo Ren walking out to a nice, warm mineral water bath. I guess that's what we're going to call it. And they have a little encounter there. Meanwhile, over on Kofar, Sol thinks he has Osha with him. It's actually May. And he's trying to reach the High Council to tell him that there was a massacre, and he's having trouble with the communications. And so Osha/May has to fix things. And May is preparing to kill Saul when she can.
We think.
Well, I know. But okay. This is a stupid show. So as Smilo Ren is undressing down to nothing, May is off in the bushes watching him remove his clothes slowly, revealing the supple ridge between his butt cheeks, and then he goes into the water, and she grabs his lightsaber, points it at him like a gun, and he says, what is it? He says something stupid, and this is kind of where where their relationship begins. And he begins to slowly groom her toward the dark side. Yet over on the ship, Sol has a confession to make. Once he figures out that this is May, he has a confession to make, which I believe will be episode 7, what that confession is. And then the Jedi Master Venestra, she literally whips it out. So that's what happens in episode 6.
That's a quick, but you forgot it.
What did I forget?
You forgot something. Star Wars just had its first Me Too moment.
Mm-hmm.
Ironic that it comes from Leslie Headland, who worked with Harvey Weinstein as an assistant. The stranger strips naked, takes a little salt bath, emerges naked from the bath, and says, "Can I just get my clothes on?" She looks at his
wiener.
Bear saber. What?
His wiener. Sorry.
What?
Hey, say your thing because it's clean.
No, go ahead.
She views the wiener, the Sith wiener.
That just seems a little odd. Nudity in Star Wars. Now, it was suggested nudity. We didn't see it. It was all suggested. But wow, so much about this episode was just not much happened. It got to the point where something was gonna happen, and wait till next week.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts, Alan?
Okay, well, I mean, I mentioned it at the end of episode 3. Episode 3 was so amazingly horrible, and episode 3 killed Star Wars. That what really does the next few episodes mean? And this is just one of those where things happen and they don't mean a whole lot. And the reason I say that is, what was the whole point of this episode? I guess it was to get a conversation going between Smilo Ren and Osha. And then it was all this also to build up Saul's guilt, which ends with him saying, "I got something to tell you." I mean, that's this episode. I'll mention the thing about the Me Too moment. Let's reverse roles here. It's essentially a teen sex comedy where the boys hang out in the bushes watching the girls swim naked. they would tell us that was wrong. They would tell us that was misogynistic. They would complain about the male gaze. But when a woman does it, and she does it to beautiful music, it's okay.
Yeah, first of all, what was so bad about the male gaze anyways?
Mm-hmm.
They're already doing the female gaze in movies now. And
she gets full glimpse of his wiener, of his pecker.
I'm all for it. Mm-hmm. I think it's fine. Female gaze, fine. Have shirtless, naked guys, but let's reciprocate. Amanda Stenberg is, by all accounts, a stunningly beautiful woman. But you wouldn't know that if you only watch The Acolyte. That haircut looks so bad on her. It doesn't compliment her. It doesn't work. That haircut only looks good on one human being on Earth, and that's Rick James.
And Bo Derek.
And Bo Derek. But only those two people. And they give her these dumpy clothes to cover her very attractive body. She did that music video. She's gorgeous. She is a gorgeous, attractive woman.
Yes. And she knows how to use that body to accentuate her music.
I am equal opportunity when it comes to sexy actors. Men and women, allow women to be sexy in film. Look at this. When you see them do the press tour or red carpets, the women always dress up. Mini skirts, heels, very provocative, like plunging, necklines. Like they're always super hot because they make them look ugly in the movies. Mm-hmm. I'm tired of it. So
yeah, I mean that's what I was thinking watching it. It's like, if you're gonna say that the male gaze is bad or the male gaze is wrong, and that these teen sex comedies of the 80s and 90s were wrong, and then you go and do it yourself, and you do, and then you complain, well, you guys did it long ago, it's about time it was our turn, then that's fine. Let's just call it truth and say we both can do it.
Exactly.
Because when you say, well, you guys were doing it long ago, the sound is like, it's like you're getting revenge on us, when the reality is it's just you want equity. You as many boobs as we have seen on screens, now women want penises. So let's balance it out. If you have a penis, let's have a boob, and vice versa. Let's just get away with the false pretenses here and just do it. Let's just have fun in movies again.
Well, like it was in House of the Dragon, a son for a son. How about a boob for something else?
Yeah.
But no, look, this was like a bridge episode to, but I found some things stood out to me as kind of lame. The stranger, which I still think he's going to have a name. I think he will be Plagueis.
That's
or something like that. There'll be some connection to the prequels.
Yeah.
The other
I
thing
think
is,
it has to be because it has to be a connection, and it's going to be one of those two.
He carries around a gym bag like he's going to Equinox to work out. It looked like what I love about Star Wars or good fantasy fiction, whatever, is a like otherworldliness. He looked like he was coming back from working out at the gym. It looked stupid. I hated it. Ugh. It was awful. There were so many details. What else, Alan?
Okay. So on the planet, on Kofar, there's these beetles. They're very large. They're very aggressive. And I believe that the only reason they exist in this show is so that Jedi can kill them.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, so here it is. Vanestra reveals the whip. And she does it because a beetle attacks her from behind. That is our introduction of the whip. The question I have is, could she have done that with a lightsaber? Because if the answer is yes, then the reveal of the whip means nothing. And that's what I got in this episode. That whip is supposed to look really cool. It's supposed to look really menacing because that sets Vanestra up against everyone else. But she uses it to slice a beetle in half, which Soul did in episode 4. So, we had 2 different weapons doing the exact same thing. The whole point of that was that there's this lightsaber whip. It's supposed to look really cool. It's supposed to be the great equalizer, and yet it's revealed in a way that it does exactly what a lightsaber would do. And so this is what Star Wars does, is that it thinks that it's going to do something cool, and in reality is just something plain.
A couple things. One, it was revealed that on the stranger's back looks like whip marks.
Really?
Could there be a connection there?
How did I not make that connection? Great. Thanks, Leslie.
Was the stranger the Padawan to
Venestra?
her? Yeah, Venestra. Because he mentioned he was a Jedi and left, right? So
she was abusive. She was an abusive Jedi.
See
a white woman against an Asian man.
Yeah. What happened there?
I know.
It's so funny. Here's how I feel about the Acolyte now. I've gotten to the point where, let's say you and I have been playing a game of Clue for hours, and I'm so tired of playing it. Like, just tell me who killed who with what weapon in what room. I'm done. Like, dragging out the reveal, which is going to be disappointing. I want it over with. 2 more weeks and we're done. But
well, there's this thing that when I do an improv show, you do a scene, and the scene could be about asking someone out on a date, or it could be about I need to, I'm going to divorce you, something like that. And the scene plays out where the entire audience knows where it's going to end. Oh, he's going to ask her out, or he's going to ask for a divorce. And the whole scene becomes this idea of delaying the inevitable, where the audience gets bored because they know where you're going, but you just need to stretch things out so you can say funny things. That's what this is. This is delaying the inevitable. The audience, I believe we've already ended the show. We already know how this is going to end, or pretty close to it. And they're just delaying the inevitable. The next episode where there's a flashback potentially, that's just filler at this moment. We kind of know what's going to happen when it gets there. Venestra is the look, remember where he says, why are you doing this? And he goes, well, it's the power of 2. Well, right. Let me guess how it's going to end. With the power of many.
It'll be the power of May and Osha, and then many.
I think when that last episode comes about, the word that's going to come out is you're going to see the greatest twin fight ever.
And one will get killed, but we won't know which.
Yeah.
So real quick, we're going to give our theories and go to the comments. But reminder, Wednesday, July 17th, on the 69th anniversary of Walt Disneyland, Funeral for a Franchise on this channel, a global event. You can participate. Look up the hashtag Star Wars Funeral, and you can check that out. I'm going to show you a quick tease here of what you're about to see right here. Well, there you go, Alan. There you go.
Yeah.
And
it's
also,
kind of like an homage to Monty Python, I think.
In order to celebrate, we have merch. Funeral for a Franchise shirts and mugs are on sale. You can get it, and just for the next week, a limited time, we have an offer code. Use code Star Wars is Dead for 15% off store-wide. Pick up a shirt or a mug or anything else in the store. And on the back of the shirt is a very, I would say, apropos quote from Yoda. So check it out. Great shirt designed by Atomic Lori.
Yeah. I just
Awesome.
bought mine, in fact.
I got mine as well. I'll wear it next week. I can't wait.
If mine arrives, I'll wear it next week.
All right. Cool. So wrapping up Acolyte episode 6 before we go to your comments. Your theory on how this is all going to end.
Okay. So I talked about the greatest twin fight ever. I think we'll see that. I think the thing I locked in on with this episode is how a Sith Lord will turn a Jedi Padawan over to become their acolyte, the Power 2. And I'm trying to find parallels between how Palpatine did it with Anakin versus how Smilo is doing it with Osha. And I feel like there are two different motivations there. Palpatine did it out of sheer the need for sheer power, because he needs that acolyte by his side. Here it just seems more like a sympathy battle. We're both oppressed. The Jedi have been lying to us, so let's be oppressed together. The power of 2, and then they'll be defeated by the power of many.
I think one of the mothers will return. I think that in a final fight, I think that the reveal in the flashback will show that Soul made a bad decision, that the Jedi were involved in the witch's extinction, but it was provoked. You remember how Anastasia could control Torben? Something will happen that will provoke a fight, and the Jedi will have done something bad and covered it up.
So based on what we've seen, I think when it all comes down, Venestra is somewhere in the background with Smilo next to her. And that's,
that one of the mothers will be revealed to be the actual master. And when the stranger reveals his name, it will be Plagueis. It could be Palpatine. Who knows?
I think so.
Young Palpatine was a strapping young man.
Mm-hmm.
So these are my theories.
A strapping young Asian man.
Yes. And Venestra will be somehow involved or responsible. So there you go. But all I can say is this. No matter what my predictions are, guaranteed it will be awful.
Well, let me ask you this.
Based on what we've seen.
Let's assume next episode 7 is the flashback. How satisfied do you think we'll be when things are finally revealed? Do you think it'll be a moment of cleverness and brilliance upon Headland's part, or will it be something so out there that we'll be scratching our heads at the end?
I think that a week later, we're not going to talk about it again. That's how memorable it will be. My prediction. And look, it's just, take all what you would say are the DEI things, take all of those away.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a bad show.
Yeah, exactly.
It's it. And other shows that check off the same boxes are really good. Like House of the Dragon. Like you could say, Andor. They check the same boxes. Mm-hmm. They're good shows.
Did you feel Fallout was the same way?
Yes, except I hate the ending, but whatever. That ending wasn't bad because of DEI. It was just bad. Yeah. So, but it was a really good show up until the end.
Yeah. I forgot who talked about it, but it seems like the people who are going after us, YouTubers who talk about this incessantly, that they're doing it out of just fighting with the chuds, so to speak, versus actually having seen the show and can come up with actual good points as to why they like the show so much.
Yeah, the chuds is the big. Are we chuds?
Yeah, well, in their eyes, I'm pretty sure we are.
All right, that's weird.